Hello, how you doing, everybody? This is attempt number 3 to go live after muchos messing about with the YouTubes. I don't know what was going on with it. I have no idea, not a blooming clue. But you may be able to hear that I am riddled with man flu at the moment, and I'm probably not looking the best. So first of all, I apologize if I'm going to be coughing and spluttering and what have you through this little video now, but I wanted to put something out to you guys because I haven't put anything out the last couple of days, and I should have done. But to be honest with you, I did a live stream doing an unboxing of that joyous thing for my patrons. That's not even going to focus, is it? Is it focus? There we go. Which was a thing. So I unboxed that earlier on today, as well as the Death Trap RDA, which is with the little 24mm, which that's not going to, there we go, focusing, which is rather splendid. So but after that I felt like death, so I'm doing this one live, and I'm going to try really hard to actually get back to recording reviews again, you know, like I should be. But today's going to be just based on the Dead Rabbit SQ. I know it's been out for ages and there's been a bunch of people already review it, but I've been using it for a long time. I've had it since the end of December. So first of all, thank you so much to everybody in chat. Todd says he looks like a sad spaniel. Thank you very much, buddy. I am not. I've just necked. I've got one working nostril. I've just necked another Lemsip, so hopefully that's going to get me through this review, and then we can get through it. So hopefully we can get going. So I've been using the stainless steel version of this little bad boy, and we're going to unbox the black one. Now, one of the things that I thought, you know what I need to do is I need to have one of the original Dead Rabbits to hand. So obviously I didn't prepare that at all. But fuck it, we can get an idea. Dean looks like he had a couple too many last night. Oh, if only. It's man flu and I've got no immune system, so you know, sod yeah. I'm even gonna move my little up close camera closer, and I hope you can't see that in frame. That's all right then. So yes, we've got stuff to play with. I'm just organising my little self. I'm being professional, as you like. But no, let's just get into this, shall we? Let's stop fanning around. And in fact, no, hang on, I'm going to fanny around just a little bit more. Pro sauce right here. Right. Pine needle tea with honey. That sounds interesting. I don't know how that'd work for me, but okay, it's a thing. Right, now I'm not going to pay too much attention to chat, guys. I will have a little look after we've done this, but I imagine you might be able to recognize the fact that I'm worse than usual at concentrating on more than one thing today. So it could be a little bit challenging to do a little bit of everything, but I will have a little look in chat, and I'll try and sort of keep glancing to it as we're going through. Is that all right? Hopefully that's okay. Don't hate me. No. I just tried to put it in focus, ready for a nice smooth changeover, and it didn't work. Anyway, should we get the up close camera? Come on then. So there we go, up close camera. Look, that's a Dead Rabbit box. Oof, isn't it? Hey, this doesn't work out to be too badly, does it really? This up close malarkey, I think this kind of works out reasonably well for considering this is alive. How's your father? That's not terrible, is it? Saturation's a bit rubbish, but you know, we can let's see if we can just sort that out quickly, just so I can give you a truer feel for what we're looking at. It's maybe a little bit brighter, so we'll see how we get on. Okie dokie. So this is, as you can see, the Dead Rabbit SQ. This is the 22mm Hellvape, Dead Rabbit, Heathen, boom. Now, Heathen's first one, you can remember that I did my look at the butcher caps and what have you on the original Dead Rabbit, and I still use it, as you can see, and I have a jolly good time with it, so it's marvellous. So it was interesting to get the Dead Rabbit 22mm, the SQ, so we can have a little sort of poke through this one. Poke? That's not even a word. A little look through this one, but it was interesting to get this one because it has a much smaller chamber. It's more kind of focused towards flavour flavour chasing. It's a single coiler, but as always with a single coil, you can put parallels in there and all that sort of stuff to get your dual coil goodness. But this is the one we're going to be going through. So let's have a little look. Now then, shall I show you what's on the box? It saves me having to read it. Hang on. There's a focus thing here somewhere. There we go. Look, boom. You can read that. Even when I'm being a bit shaky. Hang on. There we go. 22mm RDA, ample build space, all that sort of good stuff. So you can have a little pause and a read of that if you want to. Adjustable, semi-restricted and full restricted mouth to lung airflow options. Now, I will have a little chat about the mouth to lung aspect of it a little bit later on. Gold-plated positive post-better conductivity, nail grip, all of that good stuff. I'm sure you've already seen all of that sort of stuff. So, that's what we've got to be playing with. Now then, let's get into this. Now, one of the things that I know this is a really small thing, but it just, you know, I'm used to little small. Anyway, one of the things that really frustrates me with packaging these days is it doesn't take much for a little cutout, just a little cutout, because you can't get stuff out of the box. It's really annoying. Really frustrates me. But no, there we go. We're going. So in the box here, we've got little cardy poos. Hang on, we'll get the focus going again. Up, card, wallop, there you go. And there's a link to Vaping Heathen's channel. He's a lovely chap, this Billy. He's a really nice bloke. So go and check him out if you haven't done so already. And there you go. There's a bunch more information you can have a little read of if you so wish. Now then, let's have a little look at the RD. No, let's not go straight into the RD. I don't know. You know, I thought let's do this live. It'll be easier than recording it. I thought that's what I thought in my little head. In reality, you're going to potentially see more mistakes than usual. Anyway, let's get this out. So this is where we've got the spares, the little Hellvape package going on there. We poke that out. We've got a monstrous, my voice is breaking, a monstrous little black screwdriver going on in there, which is rather cool, and a couple of Allen keys as well. And in here, hang on, let's do some of this action. Vape review, not a doctor's surgery, guys. No, I'm all right. You know, the guys can give me their they can give me their ideas with things and how to fix flu. I'm okay with that. Right, so here we go. Stuff galore, as you can see. Now then. So what we've got there is we've got this funky little drip tip, which I've actually been using quite a lot because I found it actually really, really comfortable in the mouth. It reminded me of kind of like the old school stuff, but like the mini Nautilus and all that sort of stuff. It reminded me of that, and it does have a very restricted hole going down the middle there. So if you are having a very restricted, incredibly loose mouth to lung, or more importantly, a kind of a very loose very restricted lung hit, then I've been using this, and I think this is super comfortable. We've got a nice wide bore kind of straight up and down jobby going on there. We've got some O-rings. We've got a 510 drip tip adapter, so if you want to pop your own drip tip in, you can if you want to. And we do have in camera, there we go, a gold plated regular 510. But I think Heathen's kind of done this one in with a kind of a focus on squonking. And so because of that, it comes already attached with the squonk pin, as you can see there. And this is the black one that came in that little package down there. Why is my chat kind of gone a little bit pear-shaped? If I do that, there we go then. Yes, Mr. Todd is right, Chris. I did do a review on the battle caps, so go and check those bad boys out, my friend. So this is the black one. I kind of like this because it does have that almost chalkboard feel to it. You know, it's a very matte kind of finish, which I think looks pretty darn sexy. Excuse me. We've got the side airflow as we're used to. 2 seconds. Sorry about that, guys. Had a little bit of a moment. Anyway, as you can see right there, not all heroes wear capes, I tell you. You can see we've got this kind of matte black situation going on here, which is rather sexy. I kind of like the look of it, although be aware that if you do put this on like a polished black mod, then this is obviously going to come out and be somewhat lighter than the black of a mod. If I sort of show you that on there like so in camera, you can see that there is going to be a slight difference because we've got that matte, almost chalkboard kind of finish going on. So that's something to be aware of. Now, obviously, on the top here, we do have these colour-coded 810 drip tips like we've seen on the previous Dead Rabbits. And then underneath, you've got the same sort of information that we've seen, get it the right way up, Dean, same sort of information that we've seen in the past as well. So fairly simple, straightforward, nothing to get super excited about. But like I say, this is 22mm as opposed to being the 24 that we're used to with the previous. Now then, let's get this. I know this isn't a squonk mod, but I'm just going to use this to take this apart because I need to show you, before we get to the deck, I need to show you what we've got when it comes to airflow options. Now then, when you've got this AFC ring going on here, you can see that we've got that kind of angled down airflow like we saw on the original Dead Rabbit, which is really rather splendid. But if we then spin it around a little bit more, you can see that you've got a couple of small holes here. Now, these holes, as far as I know, are designed there to be a kind of more for the mouth to lung side of things. And like I say, we'll talk about this when we go up top, but I don't really think it works for a proper mouth to lung, but I'll talk to you about that a little bit later. Now obviously we've got the dual sort of air slot AFC things, holes. We've got the two of them going around there, and we've got the two of them going on inside this barrel there, but this is a single coiler, and so we'll see how that works in a moment. Now, one of the things that you might be able to see, if I can get the light right, which I'm not really thinking I can, let me see if I can show you on the stainless one. It might be a little bit easier. Is, I think, unlike that, I don't think the last one had this, but this one now has, there we go, you can see the cutout that goes on underneath, where the metal goes a bit thicker. You can see that cutout, and what's going to happen there is that's actually going to kind of bind onto this little nipple that's out the top here. Now, as far as the coating on this one, I think, and I should, in theory, have been doing this black one more than I have with anything else. So I will have to update this later. And this is part of me being a crap reviewer because I didn't think about this beforehand. But you might be able to see just whereabouts is it. There is a tiny, tiny little sort of paint chip going on here. Now I don't know if it is anodized or if it is painted, but I will find that out, and I'll make sure that information goes into the description after this video's gone up. But right there, right where my nail is, right there, you might just be able to see a little bit of stainlessness, and that's something just to be very aware of. I mean, personally, you know, I think generally you're kind of in there. Can you see that? Just right in the middle there. There is a little bit of paint. There's two little spots coming off there as well. Yes, I should have been testing this one. I'm sorry about that one. That's entirely on me. So let's move on past that one for the time being. And I best build this one just so I can make sure that that I know what's going on. Now, this is the dropping things. This is the deck that we've got to play with. So it's kind of like half a dead rabbit, you know. It's like half of what we've seen before. A little tiny bit different, but you've got those kind of little dugouts on either side of those posts there. That's for your wick, obviously, to go down into. And if we move this around like so, you can see where you've got the hole where your juice is going to come out. Now that hole is, I can't get my right from my left, just around there. You can just about see that, and if I spin that around, then obviously we've got a hole going out on the other side as well, and that's going to help us get the juice distributed evenly across into those little wells in there. Now, once again, this is super easy to build on, much like the original Dead Rabbit was. You've got these nice height on the posts, and so that means you don't have to be too concerned with how long the legs are on your coil, which makes life building much easier. Makes life building, makes coil building much easier. I tell you, I'm on the way out, gang. I'm on the way out. But This is gonna, you don't care about that. You want to see this sort of stuff getting built. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to build this monster and make it happen right bloody now. That's what we're going to do. We're going to zoom up some of those apples. Now on the live stream I found earlier that it doesn't focus overly well when I'm zoomed in. But, you know, let me just see what I can get. No. Hang on. Is that in focus? That's kind of in focus. That's going out of focus. Hang on. Be with me. Stay with me. Bear with me. Arrgh. Fuck it. That's close enough. Right. Let's get this bad boy in here. It's bad boy again. You see, I don't think I've said bad boy for the last 2 days since I've been poorly sick. And now I'm all over it again. So we've got flathead screws going on in here. Can't for the life of me remember what's in there. I think these are Allen key screws. And yes, I would be correct. Oh, no, you can't see. These are Allen key screws in the spares. So that's nice. So you've got the option to choose whatever you fancy there. So everyone's a winner. Everyone is indeed a winner. Now then, like I said, a lot of people, and I've said this before in other reviews, a lot of people don't like single coils because they think they can only put one coil in there. Now, obviously, one of the things that you can do to get around that is by using a parallel coil. You can parallel coil it, and that is essentially 2 coils. So, you know, job done. Stop complaining. Get it up here. But what I'm going to do today, just because I'm lazy, is I'm going to use a 3mm coiling rod, and I'm going to use one of my pre-made sticks of Clapton wire. You know the stuff that I like. It's dual 26 gauge stainless steel with 30. This one I've made some with 36 and some with 38. That's 38 gauge on the outside of that. Now then. Gonna cough again. I'm gonna cough. Sorry. Okay, so luckily not quite as bad as the last one. So let's get into this bad boy. Give that a little bit of a tease to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going 6 around because I'm going to pull this one out just a wee bit. Didn't get my pliers out because I'm an idiot. Do you think Dean wears trousers when doing this, or is he sat there in his underpants? I don't wear underpants. Do you regret asking now? Do you? Now then, I'm going to pull that out. Give that a little bit of a little thing. Now I tend to use my nylon tipped jobbies going on that, just because I can straighten out that wire, and so I've got 2 legs going out. Now one over, one under, that's fair enough. And I'm just going to cut these just there and there. Close enough for jazz. Now, I did say to my Patreon people earlier on, little pro tip for you. If you haven't thought about doing this, I've got a can of Monster in a mug, and it's a skull mug. But this is always on my desk, and the being in a mug stops the can falling over, and I just put all of my offcuts and stuff and shit and things in there, and that stops them going in my hands and everything else. So you know, pro tip. Anyway, back to the review. So, oh dear. I amuse myself, that's the main thing. So all I'm going to do now is stick this in there. Because I've wound this with the Coil Master, I've got a little bit of looseness. I can pull this up a little bit if I want to, but I'm just placing that exactly where I want it to go, in there, and whoosh, in there. Hey, this is going to be a hoot when you try and watch me try and vape later on. I may die. But, you know, professional I can't actually see the screws. Todd, where's your glasses? I need them. Right, there we go. And then I'm going to pull that up just a touch. And boom, wallop. How do you like them apples? So there we go. Uno coilo fitado. Now then, I'm going to use the black one. What I'm going to do is just pop the pop the cap over the top of it, just because when I pop the cap next to it like that, I can have a little look and see roughly where the air is going to be going, and that's pretty much where I want it to go, so that's fine and dandy. I'm not going to be mouse to lugging this, and once again, I'll discuss why a little bit later on, but let's get this little bugger fired up, shall we? 0.21 at the moment. Where's my thingies? Just giving it a little bit of a pulsy poos. Now, I have had a few vapes today with varying levels of success, so you know, this might work, this might not work. I may this might be the last you see of the Vaping Biker, because I might end it here by coughing. There we go, we're pretty much there, couple of little strokey poos. Squonk purists way too far from the deck. Well, it's got to do with where the airflow is rather than where the deck is. My good man, whoever said that? Who said that? DeMillan. Oh no, it's DeMillan, not my good man. I do apologise. But yeah. So take it. It does mean that you have got more of a distance for it to squonk up, obviously, and soak up the juice. So that's definitely something that you do have to be aware of. Now then, I'm just going to let that cool down for a minute, but while that's happening, I've cut off a little bit of cotton, and just pull off these little sidey poos here. Those of you that have seen me for a while know that I'm horrendous at wasting cotton, because once I've done that, I'll pull too much off, and then I'll thin it out, and it just kind of gives me an idea. I kind of get a feel for roughly where I need to be on the airflow. No, on the amount of cotton that I'm going to be using. So, sick boy's in. Look. Whee. I don't know you, sick boy, but I feel I'm closer to you today. Right, there we go. Some of that. Now we'll cut that there. Where's my little screwdriver? I have a little tiny dinky screwdriver. My little tiny dinky screwdriver kind of lets me make sure that I'm kind of tucking things in where I need them to be. So I'm just going to lift that out just a touch more, just a hinty bit more, and we're going to cut that there like so. I haven't even thought about what I'm going to put this on yet, you know. And hashtag tickle the wick. Right. Make sure those fibres are nice and separated and not too compressed, and then just give it a little tiny bit of a sort of a guide rather than pushing it down into the holes. And that means that we've got lots of those open fibres raring to go when it comes to getting in that juice and getting it wicked up nice and strongly. If you compress the fibres too much, it's going to have a harder time wicking. So there we go. Boom, wallop. Now I can see that I've definitely upset people with the height of that coil, and I don't care because I'm poorly. Now then, what shall I put it on? Shall I put it on this? Shall I put it on this thing? Let's put it on this. I don't know. I've got no idea what juice is on there. By the way, once you put this on, where you've got your little the little tabs that I was talking about earlier on, once you get your top cap on, it will lock in place, and it will lock. So it's going to be throwing kind of the air holes are going to be where your coil needs to be. So you know, jobs are good in there. Well done. Good work. Love the job. Love the job. Now then, let's bang that on there. Hoof that in there like so. And this is a horrible squonker, but I'm going to squonk away. This is going to take forever. Right, what I'm going to do, because I can't be asked to wait, quite frankly. I should have put it on a mech squonker, really, but never mind. I don't even know what juice is in the bottle, but we're gonna do this anyway, just to you know, make it happen. Tickly throat. Microphone off. And there we go. Hopefully you didn't hear that. I think I'm dying. Now then, what's this? This has come through at 0.23. This is actually a really nice coil for a mechanical device as well, by the way, just in case you're wondering. I would have put it on a mechanical device if I'd have had one to hand, but this is to hand and the other thing isn't. So this is what's getting used. Look at that. What? Now then, where's my top cap gone? Any idea? Literally lost it. There it is. There it is. Calm down. No, we're going to do that, and we're going to do some of that action. I'm just going to make sure we're reading correctly first and foremost. No atomizer. Yeah, that's coming straight through. Good. Right. Let's go up top. You ready to see me die? Okie dokie then. So, as always, one of the great things with having these coils up nice and high means that you have got plenty of space there, so lots of space for your wick to go down, and if you're dripping it, just your juice in, and the chances of over squonking are much reduced compared to what they're like on a lot of other RDAs. So let's have a little toot at this at 40 watts to see if that's a little bit too angry. It might be a little bit too angry. Why is that angry? I'm not sure this is putting out stuff for that at all. You know, I think it's lying to me, gang. I'm not a fan of this mod. Where's the squonker? Seriously? Here we go. Here we go. Found one. The extruder. I'm putting it on the extruder. This iJoy thing. Not digging it. Not digging it at all. Not a fan of the iJoy Capo 216. Right. That's a bit better. Okie dokie, let's have a little go again, shall we? Now, that is with the airflow wide open. And you can see that is quite a cloudy little affair. And there isn't that much restriction there. A little bit, but not that much restriction. Have I got a regular... Hang on. Hang on. I can do things. If I put the regular cap over the regular sized RDA, and then that's welded closed. Strong man. Okay, so the difference between the 24 wide open, the 22 is a little bit louder, as you can hear. Hear that? Hopefully you can hear that, but there doesn't seem to be that much restriction. Now, it does look as though this hole is a little bit smaller on the 22 than on the 24, but you don't really feel it, to be honest with you. You don't really feel a massive amount of restriction. However, if you take that airflow down just a bit, then we're getting to the point of going for a nice, flavourful vape that I really rather enjoy. Dirty Squonker, wow, you look shy. I feel it as well. So, yes, you can see that coil that I've thrown in there is putting out some nice clouds and what have you, but I've cut this airflow down by, let me show you. Let me show you. I've got the technology. There you go, look, you see? See what I've cut that airflow down by? And at that point, just over halfway, or around about that halfway mark, that's where I'm really enjoying it. I think that works out really nicely. So for me, at that point, that's given me a really nice, flavourful vape. It looks great on a whole bunch of 22mm or smaller squonkers. It's a single coiler. It's dead easy to build. Does it come with a smaller airflow cap as well? No, it does not. That's the airflow, because it's adjustable airflow, you see. Now then, this then takes me on to the bit about the what they called mouth to lung bit. Now, with that 810 drip tip in, yes, you can do a little bit of a mouth to lung, and with the other drip tips in as well, you can have a loose mouth to lung. However, and this is where I find this not a mouth to lung device. It's a big old chamber in there. It's a big old chamber. So when you think about it, when you're lung hitting, you're bringing in a lot of air into that chamber, and that's then going up into your mouth and transporting all that flavour with it. When you're mouth slugging, when you're using those tiny little holes on the side of that AFC that I showed you at the start, I don't think it allows enough air to go into the device to sort of give you a reason. It certainly doesn't get to the coil, in my opinion. And so because of that, you can do it. Absolutely, you can do it. But in my opinion, I don't think you're not getting that airflow going anywhere near the coil. And because of that, I think it loses a little bit of flavour in that respect. However, from a very restricted lung hit point of view, I think it's tip top. I think it's really nice. I really like it. Like I say, I think it looks cute. I think it's dead easy to build. Single coil banger, straight away, boom, where you go. And for my style of vaping, for how I like to vape, it works really, really nicely. Where's there we go. Yeah, I mean, it's the mouth to lung. The air restriction is there on the AFC, but it just doesn't work for me because it is, it's not allowing that air to go anywhere near the coil. When you're just sucking it in, it's not going to go doo and then start bouncing around in the chamber before it comes up. It's just going to go like that. That's actually how it sounds. If you could hear it, it's really quiet, but it goes. And that to me is exactly how this one works. So I think it's nice. I think it's a nice addition. If you liked the Dead Rabbit, the first Dead Rabbit, then I think this has got a couple of improvements. I think the notches on the deck are a good thing. I think the fact that it's a single coil makes everything really, really nice. It's just easy to build. Just bang in your parallels or bang in your single coilers and everyone's a winner. But I do not think this is a mouth to lung RDA. Sorry, Billy. I know that's something that I think was one of the design things, I think. But in my humble opinion, but you know me, I get grief whenever I say anything mouth to lung anyway. But I just don't think it works overly well as a mouth to lung. But and that's with different drip tips and all that sort of stuff as well. I've tried the whole bunch. In fact, for about a week solid, I had I threw in a different bunch of coils in there with just the 510, the smaller drip tip, which is how I know that it feels nice and comfy in the mouth. And it's all good. Is Billy in? Billy's in. Look, hello, Billy. Nice to see you, matey. Sorry, mate. Sorry, I'm not enjoying the mouth to lung aspect, but I am enjoying the RDA as a single coil restricted lung hitter. I think it's absolutely spectacular. I really like the flavour. I really like the look of it. And price wise, I mean, I'm not entirely sure. I should have looked. I didn't look. How much? Someone let me know how much this sells for, please. Dead Rabbit SQ return and $24.99 at eSig1. There you go then. You see, look, so $24.99, cheap as houses. Everyone's a winner. But yeah, I think it's great, especially with all of these sort of smaller kind of, not necessarily this one, but 3D printed boxes that are floating around now. If you want a 22mm that doesn't overhang the sides, that gives you really great flavour, that gives you a good amount of airflow if you want it, and is easy to build, then 25 quid and job's a bloody good one. So that, to me, I like it. So there we go. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to decide if it kind of floats your boat or anything along those lines. But before I go and die horribly and basically bathe in Lemsip, I'm just going to have a quick look at the comments now. It was never meant to be a great mouth to lung. That is just an added feature. Good to know, Billy. Thank you very much indeed. That's good to know. So yeah, in that case, crack on. Love it. I think it's great. And I like what Billy's doing with these. I do like it. I mean, I like the original Dead Rabbit. You can see by my original review. I liked the is it the butcher cap with the lots of holes? I think, is it this one? No, this is the priest one because it's got a cross on it. I really like that one, and I really like this RDA for a little 22mm RDA. And I'm not sort of just blowing smoke up anyone's bumhole. Hashtag vape not smoke. But no, I like it. I think it's great. And there you go, 25 quid. You can't really go wrong, can you? So that's it, right? Ladies and gentlemen, on that one, hang on, I didn't look to see if there's any questions. If you got any questions, you've got a couple of minutes to quickly get them in before I go and die. Start it with thank you, Billy. It was the priest one. There you go. You see, I got there with the cross, didn't I? What was I saying? If you've got any questions, start them with @VapingBiker. I am so sorry I've done this as a review. I shouldn't have done this. I'm far too ill. But you know, I wanted to put something up for you guys, so it had to be a live one, and I'm very sorry. But I've just realised how white I look. That's I'm literally the whitest white person on the planet. Right, anyway, what have we got going on? Never do Dean, why are we watching that? That's fair enough then. Just getting in now. How's the flavour on it? Flavour's great, Carbon Carousel. There you go. Any questions? Any more questions on the Dead Rabbit before I go? If I can't answer them, the creator, the man himself, the billiest Billy in the Billy world is here. The heathen himself. So you know, let me know. Let me know. Just let me know. If you got a question, put it in there now, because I'm gonna go. I am. Thanks for the great review, Dean. Get well soon. I'm not entirely sure it's a great one, but, you know, we've got to give it a go. How do you manage to get better without any immune system? It's a very, very tiny immune system and lots of pills, lassie. So it sucks balls. But it can mean the illness kind of holds on for longer. So if I was that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the review today, because if I just kept putting it off, because I've had 2 days of basic sleep only. If I carried on doing that, then that would help me get better a little bit quicker. But I wanted to get some content out. So, you know, that's why I'm doing this little live one. Hopefully I won't have to do a live one tomorrow, but fingers crossed. Did you have the I didn't have the Luxotic, Mark Webley, so I didn't have that at all. So I can't tell you anything about that, I'm afraid. William Aldoka, it's incredible small term single coil flavour. Absolutely. Didn't go and get better. Please don't die. My 9-year-old likes to watch your reviews with me. Thank you very much, Paul. And hello, 9-year. I don't know what you're supposed to. Do you do that to 9-year-olds? But hello. I've got no idea. Right, children. Right. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, Vaping Heathen with the 22mm SQ. I don't know why it's called. It's while Billy's in here, actually, Billy, why is it called the SQ? I should have read that. But I didn't. Why is it called the SQ? Let me know. What was the resistance on the coil? 0.21 says. In answer to Sean Sherborne. SQ for squonk. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Hey. Oh, I should go. There you go. So, SQ for squonker. I'm an idiot. But a great little banger. I think the flavour's great on it. That slightly reduced chamber to the 24mm, I think certainly helps. And like I say, you saw how easy it was to build. It gave me no grief at all, even though I'm being an idiot today. So there we go. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I do very much appreciate it. I will hope to see you very, very soon. Sorry, I haven't paid much attention to chat, but I'll hope to see you very, very soon. Have it large.